I'm here with Andy, who is a professional model, ex-athlete, current athlete, and and we've just been having a really insightful conversation around this idea of perfectionism, this idea of insecurities, navigating like self-esteem, how to stay motivated. So I thought it'd be really worthwhile to kind of share Andy's story. So I'll let Andy introduce who he is, what he's done, then we'll unpack some of the stories.
Sure. Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Andy Speer, and currently I am fitness director at Performix House, which is a new gym that's going to be opening in Union Square January 1st. I also produce fitness content for a multitude of platforms. Worked with Men's Health for many years, Men's Fitness, Muscle and Fitness, a couple magazines that I produce content for, and just trying to put out fitness content for everybody out there.
Awesome, man. Okay, so Andy is being super humble. He has he's shot for companies like Nike, Reebok, Under Armour. He's with Wilhemina right now as well, and does a ton. As you said, he does a ton of fitness content. He's been with men's. He's done a lot for Men's Health and Men's Fitness as well. So what we were talking about was this idea of being in this sort of line of work, right? This idea of perfectionism gets idealized. But ultimately, everybody has to work through this idea of maintaining a sense of confidence and working towards their best self, right?
Right.
How do you think people should go about, or how have you gone about navigating that, right? With the pressure of always being like representing these big brands.
Sure. I'm still navigating it. I have not figured it all out yet, just to be clear on that. Work in progress for sure. For me, it's... I guess used growing up and being so insecure with the way I looked. I've kind of put up I use that. I guess these days I use that as my way of expressing myself, because I've tried to be perfect in my exercise form, because maybe I'm a little insecure inside of who I am as a person, or what I'm thinking. And I guess, what it really comes down to is, just we talked about putting yourself first and becoming, your best you. And it's easier to, said than done. But when it comes down to it, just believing in yourself, the positive self-talk, say, this is me, this is what I'm doing. You can't please everybody. But if you please yourself, and, that's probably the best thing you can do as far as the mindset to go into. Like I said, I've kind of gone through a lot of ups and downs with being confident, insecure with myself, knowing that I'm really doing the right thing, really putting some great content out there, really doing great programming, and still feel like the little skinny awkward kid sometimes. You're on the cover of magazines, but you still have big ears and a face full of acne. So there's the back and forth. There is, and everybody's got their thing, no matter where you came from or where you are, and everybody has a different context to kind of apply this to. But the bottom line is, you got to put yourself first, not in a selfish way, but in a way that allows you to be in the best possible situation, and be the best you, to put the best foot forward, and that's going to allow you to reach more people and touch more people, and whether you're creating products or motivating people or creating content, the real you, the true you is the only one that's going to do that, and it's the best way possible. So being perfect in somebody else's eyes may be necessary for 3 hours at a specific photo shoot when they want you to look a certain way or do a certain thing, but in the at the end of the day, it's only that guy or girl in the mirror that you're looking back at that is who you have to answer to.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like what we were talking about before, and Andy's touched on it there, but I wanted to, I guess, quote you, right? Because I thought this was a really astute way of putting it, right? Like, he's being very self-compassionate, right? Understanding that, like, to work towards the best form of yourself, or however you want to phrase it, like, you have to be compassionate about yourself and be like, okay, we're all still on that process, right? Where Bruce Lee, we're never matured, always maturing, and it's always working towards that. So I thought that was really, really cool. Awesome. So the last question is, if you could talk to Andy when you started this journey, when you're first getting into the industry, whether it was the modeling industry, whether it was fitness industry, everything you know now, what would you tell yourself in terms of advice?
I heard a really good answer to this question. It doesn't matter because he wouldn't have listened anyway. But I guess when it comes down to it, it'd just be like, dude, chill out and just be compassionate to yourself first. Know that just keep putting your next foot forward, and don't beat yourself up over so many things. Don't worry so much about what everybody else is thinking, and just do your thing. And drop the shield, become a little bit more open and a little bit more vulnerable emotionally, and that's gonna let other people's kindness and guidance in, because if you're stopping it from going out, there's nothing getting back in. And I've had so many mentors and friends in my life that I still have that have offered so much to me, and my big thing is I'd love to be able to offer that to the next person moving forward. So if it can't go out, it can't come back in. So for me, it would just be like, bro, drop the shield a little bit. Just be open, talk about yourself in honesty, and it's all going to come back to you, tenfold, and hopefully you'll be able to pay it forward 100-fold after that.
Awesome, man. I totally resonate with that idea of authenticity and vulnerability, and I love that. Where can everybody check you out?
Best way to check me out is my Instagram, and that's just at Andy Speer, ANDYSPEER. Check that out. You'll get all the information on new websites, new Performix Outs information, and any new fun stuff I'm working on with Men's Health or any other brands after that.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. That's Andy. Check him out if you want any fitness inspiration, if you want to just check out what he's doing. Thanks so much for joining us, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.